time for another Patreon requested video from a man, Dragon Con, about the origin story of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' dad. You know the one, that big fucking rat who teaches them kung fu, right? Oh no, no, this is something totally different. Splinter is brought to us by director Toby Wilkins and stars Shea Wingham, Jill Wagner, and Paulo Costanzo. Trapped in an isolated gas station by a ferocious Splinter parasite that transforms its still living victims into deadly hosts, a young couple and an escaped convict must find a way to work together to survive this primal terror. So Splinter is a 2008 indie horror about fucking splinters. But not those annoying little fuckers that you get in your fingers while working with wood. Oh no, these splinters are organic. And not only do they hurt like a bitch and kind of irritating, these motherfuckers turn you into like a thing-like creature that is hell-bent on killing everything in sight. Oh fuck, this movie was not what I expected. And how have I not heard about this movie up to this point? Where the fuck was I in 2008? Oh yeah, that's right, I was getting divorced. Anyway, this movie's got a pretty simple premise. We got a collection of people that are holed up in a gas station trying to get out while there is a ferocious, like, monster thing-like blob of people outside trying to get in and assimilate them into the collective of fucked uppery. And this movie is just violent and disgusting on some pretty epic levels at times. They ain't afraid to show some fucked up shit in this movie. However, I gotta commend them for not showing too much, not overextending themselves when they knew that they couldn't. They did a fantastic job in this movie with working with what they had and knowing what they could and could not do. If it wasn't in the budget to show it and show it right, they didn't show it, or they showed it in the peripheral where you couldn't see it all. But what they did with the effects that they had and the fucking sound design, the disgusting sound design in this movie was phenomenal. Like I said, the story's pretty simple. We got these people, they're stuck in a gas station, they're trying to get out. They try all kinds of different things to get away from this thing. Of course, some people get infected. We don't know who is and who isn't on our side, when they're gonna turn, all that kind of shit. We learn more about our characters as they're in this precarious situation. There's heroics, there's people that run, there's people that fucking die in horrific fucking ways, and there's general awesomeness all around. I really like the tension in this movie. It ratchets up and doesn't let go. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but they did a great job of giving us reasons why these people couldn't get out of the situation. There are some parts that are kind of questionable as to what would happen if you did a certain thing with some things, but beyond that, the story's pretty solid. Everything is believable within the world that they've created in this movie. Our performers all do a good job here, but admittedly, all they're asked to do is be scared shitless the whole time, not to be killed in a horrific way. That being said, we do get some character development from some of these characters, and our standout would be Shea Wingham, who is probably the most well-known actor in the film. His character was the most interesting, the most developed. We got the most from him, but that doesn't mean everybody else didn't do a good job too. Everybody's scared and freaking the fuck out the whole time really well. Some of the kills in this thing are fucking awesome, and they're not what you expect, because you know going into this is a lower budget film, even though it looks great, especially for its budget. But some of the effects that they're able to pull off, I was really kind of in awe in. I did not expect some of the things that they do in this film, particularly with a police officer, what they do with this character. I wasn't expecting it to show that much and look that good. It shows that they really knew what they were doing in the effects department, and that's a good thing because this movie is totally sold on these effects. And speaking of those effects, as far as I could tell, they were 100% practical, and they look fucking awesome. I can pick out one scene that the effect is a little bit wonky, and it's not really the effect, it's more the editing. The rest of the time, the effects in this movie look fucking phenomenal. And by phenomenal, I mean they look goddamn disgusting. This thing is revolting, and it's supposed to be. It is a terrifying beast. You don't want to be anywhere near this fucking thing. We get some genuine scares from this thing, and while yes, some of them are jump scares, they're warranted jump scares. Another technical side that they excelled at here would be the sound design. There are some sounds that they created for this movie that accompany some of the visuals that are kind of nauseating. Bones cracking and things creaking and things scraping across things. It's just really disgusting, and it absolutely sells this thing. The culmination of the visuals and the awesome audio really brought this grotesque creature to life. Now, while I do think that they did a great job technically with this movie, I mean from the special effects to the editing to the music to just everything, this movie looked great. There was that one part that I was talking about. And the only reason I bring up one part is because it was pretty bad. It's not really the effects so much, at least I don't think so. It's hard to tell in the scene screen, that would be the problem. It's hard to see what's going on. There's a scene shortly after our characters arrive at the gas station that something comes on screen and hits a couple of people, and honestly, it's really confusing, and a lot of it is due to the editing. Like, this movie's had a pretty good editing style up to that point, and after that it does as well, but right there in that moment, it's like 15 cuts within like a 2-second period, and it's just kind of like nauseating. I literally had to rewind the movie because while I saw the aftermath of what happened, I literally did not know what the fuck just happened. I had to look at it like 2 or 3 times to figure out what exactly, how did we get here? People were there, and then there was some noise and some cuts and images, and then people were here. I was just like, what happened? The only thing I could think is that the effect didn't look as good as they had hoped it would, so in the editing bay they tried to fix it, and the only way they could figure doing that would be hacking it all to shit. Which I don't know what would really be better, showing kind of a crap effect or just hacking it all to shit. Neither way is really great, but you know what? It was a small budget. The rest of the movie is fantastic in that department, so I'll let them have that one. It is kind of an important scene though. Beyond that though, phenomenal looking film overall, especially considering the budget. Guys, Splinter was an awesome little indie horror that I had a great time with. While we don't have like the deepest characters in the world here, that's not what we needed. We needed people with enough backstory for us to care a bit about them, to be in a situation where they're fucking terrified we don't want them all to die. The story is tense, fast, interesting, and best of all, fun. The effects are grotesquely phenomenal, and besides a few hiccups here or there, from a technical perspective, this movie looks great. At first glance, I wanted to say that this movie's worth the rent, but honestly, I want to watch it again, so that would make it absolutely worth a buy.
Do it! Do it!
Show me the money!
Do it!
You motherfucker!
So,
Show me the money!
do it!
This was an awesome little indie horror. So if you like creature features, then check this one out one night, but just know that it is pretty fucking disgusting at times. So there it is, guys, my review of Splinter. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below. Become a jar and get some of the awesome benefits to go along with that, like these guys, and possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Dragon Khan and Marge G. If you like video games, or you just want to watch somebody splinter out in new video game territory, then check out my new gaming channel, Jag. Okay, that one was a stretch. Link in the description. Any support is appreciated. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Flint.
Watch the Splinter. Don't want to stick you. Here. It's gonna get in you. It's gonna kill it.
So those of you that frequent the channel may have noticed that I got a new top tier patron, and that would be Marge G. Welcome to the channel, Marge G. I really appreciate your patronage. And I look forward to the gems that you bestow upon me to review each month, or the torture you decide to put me through. I don't know what kind of person you are. I guess we'll find out soon. Please like good movies.